Welcome back to Everlasting Summer Part 56, I think. We've been on Epilogue. It's been saying Epilogue for the past, like, 2 episodes. Third one now. So, yeah. I'm gonna waste time for a second here while I go, open up, the community guide. Quickly now. So how's everyone's day been? Okay, I'm ready. I slowly dragged my feet back to the camp. Now it looked like I was in some sort of tragicomedy. What? Tragical comedy? I guess that's a thing. The higher beings cannot be idiots with the Apparently I can't talk tonight either. I'm sorry, people. With the developmental level of a kindergartner, can they? Though it is impossible, oh my god. Though it is possible, they don't perceive the world the same way as we do. I was so exhausted, I couldn't fully comprehend everything that had happened to me recently. The answers could be right before me. I just need to stretch out my arm. It could be that saving stool, which would help me to reach the key. And how could I be so calm in such a situation? Maybe I'm just tired. Dead tired. Suddenly, Olga waited for me on the doorstep of her cabin. At last. And where were you wandering in the dead of the night? I looked hard at the camp leader. I wonder, is she real? I don't have a single doubt about that girl, Yulia. She may not be a human, but she exists. And what about Olga, the other pioneers? You know, I saw that cat girl. Sure, of course. What accent was that? She chuckled. Well, you don't have to believe me if you don't want to. I don't want to, and I don't believe you. It's your choice, I said in a tired voice and pushed my way into the cabin. Semyon, tomorrow? I didn't hear the rest of her words. There was only one thing to understand, whether anything is up to me or not. Should I keep desperately reaching for that key, or is that cat girl the answer I've been looking for? Maybe the only thing left to do is to understand. No one ever said that the clue will be written straightforwardly in your own language. Though maybe I always knew those answers, and I just had to comprehend their meaning. What if everything is not real, and I'm just dreaming? What if I just imagine— this does not seem like the right music, but okay. What if I just imagined everything about finding the answers, about understanding them? Maybe there is no cage, no jail, and the key has already been hung up from the burned-out lamp in my room, which has turned into a pioneer camp, inhabited by unreal but very alive people who seem so understandable and so precious. Well, no. I'm not a wizard, not an oracle, not a god. Voltaire once said, illusion is the first of all pleasures. Maybe my most successful skill was my illusions. Lines of thought connected one by one, ready to keep it going until morning. But the safety device worked again and unplugged the whole system, instead of reformatting my brain like last time. I was woken up by a hellish noise in my head. Turned out to be the alarm clock. Have we not read this? Having found its button with difficulty, I turned it off. Olga, it's 7 o'clock in the morning. Why so early? I said in the direction of the other bed, opening my eyes. But there was no one there. The camp leader must have gone somewhere already. I rose with I spoke with difficulty. I rose with difficulty and looked myself over in the mirror. A common pioneer, nothing more. If someone showed me photos of the local residents with me among them, I'd never recognize myself. The sun shined brightly outside. Nature seemed to laugh at me. I slowly walked to the washstands. I met only a few pioneers on my way, who were obviously in a hurry. Strange, where are they going at such an early hour? Why isn't this the last day? The cold water refreshed me a bit, and all the memories of the last few days poured into my head. Well, I should find Yulia and try to be very polite and proper this time. After all, If you can't even understand a fellow human being when judging him by your own worldview and ideas, then how can you talk to something completely alien? Why should aliens, or cat girls, follow the same moral laws and draw the same logical conclusions as I do? They may perceive the universe in a completely different way, and humans are just ants to them. We don't think of anything. We don't think anything of killing a troublesome mosquito, so why should they pay any attention to me and my small problems? Though it could all be totally the other way around, and Yulia may not be guilty in this. There was a rustle in the nearby bushes, and I saw a familiar pair of ears. I see you. Yulia reluctantly left her hiding place. Come on, she snorted, pouting. Are you watching me? Yes? Is that not allowed? Well, it's probably allowed. I wanted to talk to you anyway. Really? Me too. What about? I wondered. Something strange is happening here. Strange? What? I don't know. It's just everyone's behaving differently than usual. Something has happened. First you, then all the others. What are you talking about? I don't understand. I don't know. I just feel it, and when I feel something, it always happens. Yulia looked downcast and even a little afraid. At this time, she totally doesn't look like any kind of higher being. Okay, let's investigate it together. No, no one should see me. Come here in an hour. Until then, the sound of heavy Hi. The sound of heavy steps sounded from the road, someone running. I turned around and saw Slavia approaching. Yulia disappeared into the forest, as expected. Hi. I smiled. Yeah, hi. I don't remember Slavia's voice. Shit. It's not good. She looked really nervous, with her cheeks blushing, eyes sparkling, and braids all messy. I think this is a picture used when she was Sasha. Semyon, it's... Come with me. You'll see for yourself. What happened? Slavia's face wore such a pleading expression that I decided not to argue. She grasped my hand and dragged me to the square. The entire camp was probably there. As we turned the last corner, I looked past the crowd of pioneers who were standing in the direction of Genda, and there was... What? In the distance, where before there were fields and forests, a city slowly started to appear. Well, that's interesting. At first, it was faded, like it was made of smoke, but then it became more solid, as if emerging from a fog. Sky City, I thought at once. But, strange or not, there was nothing special about it, just a normal city. Plenty of those in the territory of our vast country. Yeah, but they don't normally just pop up out of nowhere. You could call it too normal, almost boring. A city you would never pay attention to when passing by it in a car or flying over it in a plane. But to see such a thing here and now in the camp, lost in the vast fields and forests of another dimension, where the only life consists of local pioneers, squirrels, and mosquitoes. Even a cat girl is not that strange compared to this. Slavia kept squeezing my hand tightly. Pioneers whispered around us, as if afraid to speak in a loud voice, afraid that that illusion would disappear, or even the opposite. It would become more real, crushing the little Camp Sovionic beneath it. But the city stayed in place, like a white cliff rising above a valley. There was nothing special about it, neither gigantic skyscrapers, nor significant— that's pretty big skyscrapers! Nor significant architectural constructs, only houses of different colors and different numbers of floors, industrial buildings, and a hospital, or something like that. I just realized these poles that the flags are on are like clear. I don't know if they're supposed to be clear. Oops. But they... Oh, I know what it is. Okay, this is the pole, and this beside it that I'm seeing is the line for the flag to raise it up and down. Never mind. You couldn't make out people or cars from that distance, but I was sure that the city is teeming with its own life, independent from our camp. A city is not that interesting, Semyon. Come on, calm down. Wonder if someone there got up on a roof and is looking at us through binoculars, trying to make out the pioneers crowding in the square. Indeed, it seemed like something flashed on one of the tallest buildings in the distance. But wait a minute. Binoculars. According to my estimations, they're about 2 or 3 kilometers to the city. How do you know that? So if I want to understand something right now, then I need binoculars or a spyglass. I ran to Olga. I forgot I don't say her last name. Do you see that too? Yes, of course. She replied as if strained, and she said it in a male voice apparently. I need binoculars or a spyglass. Camp leader stopped watching the faraway city for a moment and looked at me uncomprehendingly. Binoculars? Yes, go to the Cybernetic Club. There should be some. I darted off and rushed in the direction of the club's building. Electronic and Shrek were tinkering with something as usual, and it looked like they knew nothing about the weird stuff happening in the camp. Binoculars, quick! I shouted, trying not to lose my breath. What is it? Haven't you seen it? Ah, damn, you're sitting there with your robots like owls. Do you have binoculars or a spyglass? I pronounced each word slowly like a caveman who had just learned how to speak. Can you calmly explain what this is all about? No time to explain. I should play that game. No time to explain. Give me the binoculars and hurry to the square. The young cybernetics didn't keep arguing with me, and in a minute we were standing with the rest of the pioneers as I used the binoculars to carefully examine the city which appeared from God knows where. At first glance there was nothing special about it, and it gave me an impression of being from my time, the beginning of the 21st century. Ad boards, satellite dishes, pompous shop signs, modern cars. Give those to me. The camp leader snatched the binoculars from my hands. So, is that your world? I turned around and saw Yulia standing next to me. Wait, who said that? Oh, that's Yulia. I mixed up. Their colors are so close together. So, is that your world? I turned around and saw Yulia standing next to me. You said no one should see you. Yes, but... She was lost in thought. No one sees me right now. Wait, sly little grin. The pioneers didn't pay any attention to the strange girl with cat ears, too occupied by watching the far-off city. Do you know what it is, and why? No, she answered after a short pause. There's nothing like this before. Nothing at all. And what was there? Well, you came, then left, then came again. And what did you do all that time? I told you before, I was preparing supplies for the winter. I totally couldn't understand. Does Yulia really not consider this situation even a little bit strange? Or is she just good at role-playing? However, who would need to put on such a show for my benefit alone? I'm nothing but a guinea pig in a cage. I don't believe you. You should know something. Semyon. I turned to the camp leader. I have no idea what all this is about, but it looks very strange. I wasn't fucking up words for a second there, Jesus. We should call the police. Yo, police? Yeah, a city just appeared in my backyard, and it looks like it's from a century not of our own. Yeah, they're not coming over to your place. Olga reacted in the usual way, like a normal person would in such a situation. That's not normal. I turned back to Yulia to triumphantly inform her about it, but the cat girl had already disappeared. What can it be? Camp leader said quietly, not addressing anyone. A giant, prank billboard sign. Whoa, taking my headphones down with me. Accidentally, got them caught in my foot. I don't know if I should tell her about myself, about the future, about traveling to the past. How do I know that that city is really from my time? You said it's only like 2 to 4 kilometers away. That's like easy walking distance. Could it be just another illusion, and the behavior of pioneers is just a part of it? And what if it isn't? This... I didn't manage to say any more. Cool! Liana shouted, appearing from nowhere. Let's go and check it out. Oh yeah, they must be expecting us. Wait a moment, we should think it over first. Just gonna screenshot that. That's like the perfect screenshot point. Oh, fuck you, Lena. Lena came up to us, but didn't say anything. Not a screenshot. You just hear that sound. You won't see the thing. What do you think, Semyon? Slavia asked and stared at me, as if expecting an immediate answer. And actually, why should what I think about it matter? Why should what I think about it matter? There we go. What is the difference between me and them which makes me all-knowing? And what does it matter that I'm new to this world? The things that are happening are as obscure to me as for any other local. I have no idea. Indeed, let's go and see for ourselves. Doesn't seem to be too far. But it's dangerous. Isn't sitting here dangerous too? Lena said shyly. Wow, you see that? I don't know if you see that, but like I can notice that from when I pressed it to when the lag to when all the things loaded, and finally that lag when like 4 different people all changed at once. Lena said shyly. All the pioneers and the camp leader looked at her uncomprehendingly. Well, I mean, if the city has appeared so suddenly, then something else could happen too, and we. She seemed to be getting completely confused, and so she stopped talking. Well, she is right, Elisa said in a lazy voice. I certainly don't understand what this is all about, but I'm not going to just sit and wait until... This is not the right voice, but whatever. Wait until something else happens. So, if no one else is going to... And me! Liliana interrupted her. Well, what then? What if it's just an illusion? Then we don't lose anything. I was a bit surprised by the locals' urge to find out the nature of this phenomenon, because before they had avoided any conversation related to my appearance in this world. Maybe it's a riddle inside a riddle. Like 2 enclosed spheres, we are within the shell of the outer one, where everything is clear for them, but alien to me, and that city is just the intersection of the 2 spheres. However, what the fuck? It makes no sense. However, if this is true, then I should be located on the boundary, not knowing anything about one or the other. Olga was doubtful. Everyone else waited for her approval or strict prohibition. Nothing surprising about that. In the life of the camp, organized as a Swiss watch, she was... Oh, fuck's sake, so less talking. She was a tyrant and despot. Despot? Despo? I don't know that word. But when the boundaries of Sobionic expanded and a mysterious opponent appeared from beyond them, she couldn't keep the reins of power in her hands, started to panic, to feel restless on the throne which was losing its appeal. This may be the right time to start acting with confidence. I think we should go and check it out. How long should I sit here, trying to look for some answers? Where do I find them? In the canteen? In the camp leader's cabin? Near the Genda statue? I have nothing to do here, especially when such an opportunity comes across. But, Olga shyly objected, what if we are already dead or something? I had to motivate the others in some way, but I hadn't decided to tell them about myself. How's that? Dead? An expression of terror filled Lena's face. I'm not talking about literally, but anything can happen. We can't tell for sure what's going on here, so any theory has to be considered. Lena started crying, and Slavia tried to comfort her. It's even more fun that way. And here is Ilyana, for whom even death itself may not be a good reason to act calmly. We should go in any case, Elisa said cheerfully. I turned around and looked at Shirk and Electronic. Well, we'd better stay here, trying to measure it, make calculations. I see. Didn't actually expect any help from those two. Then you should get ready. Prepare everything you may need. Olga started to busy around. Flashlights, warm clothes, walkie-talkie. You have a walkie-talkie in the club? She addressed the cyberneticists. There we go. They nodded in the affirmative. In half an hour, the investigation... Fuck, I thought I saw someone walking outside. I got a window right behind my monitor, but no, it was just leaves in the wind. Kind of scared me because they were walking fast. In half an hour, the investigation team gathered at the square. Me, Elisa, Lena, Slavia, Liana. I was given quite a heavy backpack, packed with warm clothes, flashlights, some other necessities, and in my hands I held a shortwave walkie-talkie. Only shortwave? Shortwave doesn't go that far. Just saying. So I'm pretty sure it doesn't. I don't know. I could certainly manage to walk those 2 or 3 kilometers wearing it on my shoulders, but why not distribute items among everyone? Well, you know, I dropped the backpack on the ground and looked at the camp leader. I am the only man here, and you imbeciles, not imbeciles, I feel like a dick, and you immobilize me. Everyone should carry their own share. Imbeciles, that's... Why did I read that twice before realizing that's not the right word? The girls hesitated. The first one to come to the backpack was Ilyana. She took a flashlight and a warm jacket, grousing. The rest of them followed her example. I didn't expect such boldness from myself, and expected even less for them to agree without question. Even the local pioneers may try to behave logically in critical situations. After a couple of minutes, we were at the camp's gates. Don't I get a decision to keep going or go back? And that changes different endings. 2 different endings that we're doing. I hope you understand that I can't go with you. I have to look after the others, and... It's alright, you don't need to explain. I didn't count on Olga's help, especially as there was some truth in her words. Good luck. And don't forget that you have the radio. And we're doing... Yeah, I don't know which ending we're going for first. The summer sun scorched us mercilessly. The warm sweater in the bag seemed a kind of a mockery. I would give it and all the flashlights and even the walkie-talkie away in exchange for the camp leader's Panama hat and a bottle of water. Those fucking leaves outside keep freaking me out. Because I only see like a little bit of them. And why didn't anyone think of bringing a water flask? Oh. There were less and less clothes on Elisa with every passing minute. It's not necessarily a bad thing. Let's have a rest. That's not Elisa's voice. I slowed down, shaded my eyes with my palm, and looked in the direction of the city, which was to the right of us. It didn't seem to be an inch closer. Why not head straight to it? Ilyana sounded annoyed. How's that? Straight through the forests and fields? I don't mind. Even that would be better than making detours. It would be quicker to go by road. Look, it makes a turn there. Slavia tried to reason with her. Do as you wish. Elisa flopped down on the grass by the roadside. I'll take a break. We settled in the shade of a small bush near the power line. I took out the binoculars and looked at the city. The multi-storied buildings still shined in the distance. Why aren't we getting closer? Or is it the heat which is creating an optical illusion? A nearby bush rustled slightly. I turned around and saw a pair of cat ears sticking out of it. Wait, I'll be back in a moment. Having walked around the bushes, I gestured to Yulia to follow me, and only after making sure we had enough distance from others that they wouldn't see us did I speak. So, are you watching us? Well, of course I am. I am interested too. Ah, I see. And you surely don't know what awaits us there, do you? Sure don't. Get that sly grin off your face if you don't. She smiled. And you have no idea why don't we get any closer? And you have no idea why we don't get any closer to the city? Actually, I do. Yulia replied calmly. Why then? Because you can't leave this place. I sighed heavily as usual and leaned against the lone tree. Maybe it's the right time to tell me everything. She got lost in thought. It was different before. Please don't make me do her voice for a long time. You came, and then you left, and then you came again. And even if you went out so far, it was all the same. And that city is your world. Why do you always refer to it as my world? Jesus fucking Christ, calm down. That always scares me, because it's just like suddenly hair everywhere. Because it's not of this place. Yulia was exasperated. And what is this place? Can you be any clearer? I certainly wasn't mad at her. It seemed to me that the cat girl wasn't hiding anything important, but she did not understand the questions, or did not know the answers. I don't know. Alright, let's do it step by step. How long have you been here? Always. Always is too complex a definition for a human. What? Though, you are probably not human. How is always too complex? I've been here forever, since I was born. Ooh. I was lost in thought. And what am I doing here? You were always here too. How is that possible? Did I duplicate myself? Because I don't remember anything like that. Well, it is you, and it's like it's not you. There are many of you. And you're the only one? I'm the only one. Yulia smiled amiably and waved her tail. One for all my parallel selves. Something like that. So you're like omnipotent. I didn't manage to find a better word for it. I don't know. Do you have any supernatural abilities? Can you fly, throw fireballs, or teleport? I can make supplies for the winter, she answered in a serious tone. Let's consider that a no. And what is the purpose of all this? I don't know. If I was rather calm at first, then after all these I don't knows, I started to lose my temper. There's no end to this quote. Ah. You know, Semyon, I heard Slavia shouting. Turned around, and when I looked back at the place where Yulia was standing, she had already disappeared. She is fast. There you go again. I gnashed my teeth and went back to the girls. It's not like it's bad company. We'd been walking for several hours, but the city was still in the same place. It wasn't getting even a meter closer to or further away from us. Told you we should go straight to it. Shut up. I don't understand. Could it really be an illusion? Lena, who hadn't uttered a word before, said. No, even an illusion in a desert disappears if you get close enough to it. Probably. So what now? Elisa said, outraged. I'm sick and tired of this. Let's go back. Go, if you want. Go if you want. Nobody's stopping you. Slavia snarled at her. Everyone looked at her in surprise. It was really strange to hear such things from the role model pioneer. Why are you always so unsatisfied with everything? You don't like it. Get your ass back. You don't like it? Get your ass back. Like I asked you, Elisa said uncertainly. Well, she's right. Lena cut into the conversation. I'm fed up with your whining. Liana got scared and hid behind me. Oh, you're just here to look better at someone else's expense. Sure, it's easier to stand out with me in the background. Oh, here we go. Oh, trust me, you won't be able to stand after what I'll do to you now. Lena rushed at Elisa, but Slavia stood between them. Hell no, let me go first. Stop it! Liana yelled in tears. I had no idea what to do in such a situation, but I couldn't just let them fight. However, I didn't have to interfere. Yulia jumped out from nowhere and got between. Yulia jumped out from nowhere, got between the girls, and hissed in rage. Complete with sound effects. It shouldn't be like this. This is not right. You must not act like that. It's not your purpose. Whoa. Slavia can fucking teleport, apparently. The girls jumped back. Elisa squealed. Slavia adopted some kind of frightening position. And Lena was holding a... What? Whoa. And Lena was holding a knife which she'd pulled from God knows where. Why does she have a knife? This bitch is crazy. Who are you? Who is it? What is it? I couldn't tell if she was addressing Yulia or me. Wait. I swear to God, this is the first time, ever you actually see the girl's legs. Just saying. I stood between them and the cat girl. I can explain everything. It's like I'm making excuses. To who? And for what? She should explain everything. The girls relaxed a bit. Well, you heard the legend of the cat girl? So this, have you all... So, I'll let them respond. So this is... Yulia kept on hissing, but more quietly. She knows, Slavia said coldly. She knows. Who's she? She knows what the city is. She knows everything. She knows nothing. I know nothing. Yulia confirmed. Did you ask her properly? Lisa stood up and cracked her knuckles. What the hell are you doing? Stop at once. First the bus, the camp, then you, then her, now that damn city. I started yelling, gritting my teeth, sparks probably flying from my eyes. And we'll have to leave this till the next episode. Ooh, cliffhanger. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.